The Witch of Moon's Lane presents How to Witch, Bitch.
Hello and welcome back to How to Witch Bitch. Michelle, the Witch of Moon's Lane. Hello.
Hello, darling.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, starting off, had nice. Always started with a positive, I figure. We got a lovely comment from Amanda, who said that she needs to watch these, which obviously is some of the little video snippets that we've been putting on Instagram. Seeing you ladies makes it funnier and better than just listening. The snippets aren't enough, though. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you for watching. Of course, make sure that you go and leave a bit of a review, possibly even 5 stars would be good. And we were tagged in a video.
This is exciting.
I know, how cool. We're so, Ariana Grande. No, we're really not. Here we go. This is from Melissa.
Just remember your J-Lo.
Am I J-Lo?
Remember where you come from.
Yeah, I'm Jenny from the block. Absolutely. By the rocks. Like, literally rocks. I don't have any diamonds. I have rocks. All right, so we have a video from Melissa. Let's have a look.
All right.
Hi everybody, this is Rosie. Rosie, meet everybody on TikTok. This is my new rosy plant. So look, there's Angus having a little look. Yes, I am a plant lady that's on the inside of my dirty window there. Lots and lots of plants. Anyway, so I have been following a TikTok account called How to Witch Bitch. If that is not the best name ever, I don't know what is. That is what struck me. And they do a podcast, so they do little snippets of their podcast on TikTok, but I'm not sure, maybe half a dozen or so podcasts at the moment. I'm not a podcast kind of person. I don't normally listen to them. Have been listening to theirs. They're really short. They're only about 20 minutes each or so, not even. And they're really funny. Oh, God, they're funny. And one of them, I kind of guess, interviews the other, asking questions about Wicca or witchcraft. And there's lots of little tips in there, little tips and tricks and everything like that. One of them was to put some rosemary by your front door. Not only can you use it in your spell casting, which I don't cast spells, but, apparently you can use it to add as a replacement for any missing ingredient you may have. And from what I assume from listening to them, that rosemary's one herb that's used quite a lot in spell casting. As I said, I don't do spell casting, that doesn't really speak to me. But I did love the idea of the rosemary being placed at your front door and drawing money, like bringing money into your front door. So I love that idea, so I thought, okay, we're going to go with that. As I mentioned, I am a plant mum. I love my plants.
Doesn't she just?
Doesn't she, yeah.
Wow.
And I tend to give them names, so not really fancy names. They're pretty simple. It's usually names that I just shortened their original names. So this is Rosie, so I know she's Rosie.
Hey, Rosie.
I know, silly, but God, she smells nice. She smells so nice. Anyway, so just wanted to thank How to Witch Bitch for that little tip. I'll listen to one of their podcasts. I'll probably go through and listen to all of them bit by bit. Not everything is for everybody that's in the podcast, but gosh, they're funny. They're really funny. So it's good to listen to the banter. I love listening to their banter. Not located in Melbourne. Wish they were, but I think one of them's got a shop. The Witch has got a shop, and it's in the Gold Coast, but I think it is online. Anyway, if you want to laugh and you're into things that are metaphysical, or if you're into Wicca or witchcraft, or just learning a bit more about crystals or herbs or nature, spellcasting, anything like that, check out the podcast, How to Witch Bitch. Check them out on TikTok. Highly recommend. They're great fun. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thank you.
How nice.
That's lovely.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Someone's listening, which is nice.
Is anybody out there? Yes, they are.
But that's cool, though.
That's
I love the
brilliant.
fact that she's also just said, it may not be for everybody, but these little tips and tricks and stuff like that. So that's really nice.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people don't realise where a lot of the modern witchcraft actually comes from, and a lot of things that you think are not witchcraft actually are, like astrology. Mm-hmm. Astrology is. Yeah. Having your birthday. And you have the candles on the cake and you blow them out, you're making a wish. You're basically a fire witch there. Yeah. So, the tradition of salt over the shoulder to keep off the bad spirits, So there's lots and lots of things or superstitions that do come through the ages from, paganism and Wicca along the lines. But
we might actually touch on that in the next episode as well, about superstitions and things like that, because that is obviously something that kind of goes hand in hand with the witch energy and all that kind of stuff. Now, she did mention, Melissa, thank you, Melissa, for mentioning crystals and things like that. Mm-hmm. That's something that, I don't know, it feels very universal for a lot of people. Crystals are, I don't know, it seems like it's an accepted thing. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Well, I think because they've been around longer than us.
Yeah.
It's sort of like it's been accepted because, we're a bit like, well, I'm like a bowerbird. I like my little pretty crystals.
Yes.
I like to wear them. I like
Yep.
like one of the funny stories is I like put them in my bra. So, like, depending on the day, like, I'll go, I need a little bit of love, so I'll go for a little bit of pink, so the pink will go in.
Right.
A bit of money's coming my way, so green aventure's a really good one to pop in there.
Right.
I know I'm
Why
dealing
your
with
bra and not
someone.
your pocket,
well,
mate?
because
Seriously.
it's just because I got big titties,
Yeah.
and it just, I don't like pockets.
Have you ever lost one and never been able to find it?
I have to tell you a story because I'm so used to wearing them in my bra.
Yes.
That I then,
Imagine you're in a shop and you go and one just pops out the side.
Well, it was worse. I actually went into the doctor's and I forgot about it and I had to have a breast
gosh.
examination and he just said, go behind the curtains. So I'll go behind the curtains and I took off my bra and then all these rocks fell out and ran to the ground and then I looked out and he was just standing there and there was all these rocks around his feet and he just looked at me and I was like, didn't know what to do.
He did the witch laugh.
I think he was
probably
gonna-
scared the shit out of him.
I think I was thinking, I don't think we should be worried about your breast.
No.
How's your mind?
How's your mental health?
Yes, how's your health? What have you been
That's
seeing
hilarious.
lately?
So bra, obviously, just because it's close to your heart as well.
Yes, that's right.
yeah.
And it's just energy. So, look, someone was asking about, there is a variance. There's so many crystals on the market and a lot of them do more than one thing. But I'm just thinking to keep it simple, stupid,
That's what
the
we
kiss
like.
effect, let's just go through colour. So usually when you have, like this is tiger's eye, but
Tiger's eye's beautiful.
anything that has anything to do with, yellow through it, I guess. Usually, because tiger's eye, it's in that, so it's really good for intuition. But it's usually good for focus and clarity and things like that. So you have quite a few different ones with that. The green. I mean, if you really want something with money, jade is really good for money. So is green aventurine. But most green crystals will bring in luck or
Okay.
money, so that's fine. Some are also a lot better than others, and I think that's the potent. But I mean, keeping it simple, stupid. If you don't know a lot about crystals, it's really good just to sort of go by colour. So, you have your pink, and so pink or even red, so red jasper as well, really, really good for love. So that's another reason why I popped it in. So it's more about self-love and awareness because love's in all forms.
Clear quartz?
Anything white, like clear, is going to amplify the other crystals around it times 3.
Okay.
So whatever spells you're doing and you put in, I always put the crystal in to amplify it.
Yep.
Black, so you've got your black obsidian, you've got jet. What else have we got? We've got a few different ones. This is brilliant for things like protecting. So even putting that at the front of your door and at the back of your door was protecting, coming forward, anyone coming forward into your place. It protects. So blue is really about calm. So we sort of associate that with the sea. So anything that's blue brings in peace and brings in calm. But then you have all the different variances and some of them have a little bit of difference. And so that's where you sort of get combinations of green that will bring in luck, and then you've got the red in there, which is bringing in love, and then we've got some brown, which is bringing in a bit of courage. But really with the different rocks, if you keep it simple, stupid, and you don't know until you sort of get right into different crystals and their different meanings, just go by colour.
So really, crystals, what have they been used for throughout time with witchcraft?
Well, basically all for protection, but I often, when I'm doing a spell, I'll either have them around the cauldron or I'll have them in the cauldron as I'm doing my work. I'm forever wearing crystals because that's sort of protecting me as well.
I'm always drawn from day dot, and I think I've said this in another podcast as well, have been drawn to rose quartz from the first time I ever went into a crystal shop, which is at Australia Fair Shopping Centre in Southport when there was just one side of it.
Okay.
But I've always been drawn to it. I've got no idea why. I bought my first one. I didn't ever, I think, and we've talked about this, not probably on the podcast, but you and I have talked about it, about programming crystals and also putting them in the moonlight, activating them, making them work for you. I've never known really what that's for or how does that aid you?
Well, the other thing too is we think we pick the crystals, but the crystals are picking us.
Okay.
So, it's just by the energy. So if you can sort of go along, you can actually feel which crystal is giving heat. So in the morning, like often what I'll do is I will have a whole heap of different crystals because I know I take the ones I always take my rose quartz. I'm like you, I love that, and I always take my black, my obsidian, and my jet. So if there's something else that I need for that day, I'll ask the universe.
You're asking for energy.
Yes, so I say, universe,
yep.
what do I need for the day? Because the universe knows the lessons that I'm going to learn for that day and the crystals that can aid me in that. And so I just go through. And then as you go through, you will see or feel like a charge, and that charge will be the one that you need. So you pick that one. That's the one that's picking you.
Right, let's try that.
Let's try it. So you pop them over here.
So we've got tiger's eye, we've got jade, we've got rose quartz,
green
more
aventurine.
jade. Oh, what's that one?
Green aventurine.
Okay, more rose quartz.
Yep.
Okay.
And things like selenite are really good for healing as
amazing,
well.
and also ridiculously
amethyst.
Beautiful.
Amethyst is fantastic for healing. So normally purples, you can do any mystical work, which is to do like programming or psychic work. You'll go with a purple crystal, and it's really good for healing. All right, so just shut your eyes.
I'm shutting my eyes.
Shut your eyes and just feel the magic, darling.
Then.
Feel the magic.
All right. Okay. All right. So I'm putting my hand over the top of the crystals. I have no idea what colours they are. And so it's when I feel something.
When you feel the heat. So you'll feel like either a little sort of this and heat.
Oh, that there. What's that?
It's funny what you just said, the tiger's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your intuition is telling you your intuition. And
then I shove it down my bra.
And you shove it down your bra.
Right. May never see it again. May never see it again. It'll come out slightly squashed.
I'm actually only an A cup.
These are all crystals.
These are all just one big goddamn crystal, darling.
Oh, my selenite.
Put your selenite sword away.
So tiger's eye.
Tiger's eye, yeah.
Actually, that's another one that I have been drawn to as well in the past, that one and the rose quartz.
Well, that'll help you open your intuition.
Okay. So maybe try that at home if you are also interested in that. Now, charging them, putting them in the moonlight, it's like rinsing them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rinsing the energy from them. Yeah. You're charging them back up. So
you're charging them back up. So, and I was saying before, once it's spent, it will break, or you'll lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the energy that was for you in that particular crystal's been done. So it's time to either choose another crystal or move on.
Right. I love that.
Yeah. Now, have you had, because this is another thing that a lot of people don't know that I do, and you can do this yourself, is I actually put crystals on my clothes.
What do you mean?
So I put them, when you fold your clothes away, so I'll put different types of crystals on my clothes because the clothes that you wear have energy. So you probably find like your favourite jocks or your favourite knickers or stuff like that. Have you ever worn something that you've gone out and had a brilliant night in? You come back and you recharge that because you're going to have you put it on, you feel fantastic. Okay. But there's also clothes that, you go out and you have a terrible time in. Yeah. So then you think, oh, that's bad luck.
There is one pair of pants I can't sit down in, but that's just another, it's more about me than the pants.
So with any type of time that you've gone out and you've associated a bad time to that clothing rather than throwing it out, get some obsidian and wrap it up in that. So when you just
to get rid of the bad.
Yeah, just put that in there. So it's actually drawing out the negativity in there because, again, energy is transmutable. You could have gone out and somebody that's quite negative could have given you a cuddle as well, and so that's also going to the clothing. So as much as you protect yourself, you should also protect your clothing. So all my
that come back to lucky jocks for football players and stuff like that.
Yes, they've got their lucky
pair of
jocks
socks
on.
They don't take off all year.
Yeah. And that's it.
It's the smell that's actually keeping them running because people can smell their socks and they just run away.
It's the energy in there, that excited energy that's come through.
And that's back to what we've talked about a lot about that visualization and the energy of witchcraft, which is you are thinking, I'm going to have a great game because I'm wearing my lucky sock. It's not about your lucky socks. It's about you thinking I'm going to have a great game.
But it's like anything. You know how someone says a piano is haunted or a doll is haunted or a piece of furniture is haunted? It's the same thing. It could have been like if there's something bad has happened on that particular table. Or there are certain items that do carry. They're not haunted. They're just carrying the old issue of whatever happened there, the drama or the trauma of what's there. The same as I was saying with the walls. So it's like what you wear is very much about your representation of who you are. So you want to keep your clothes in a good space as well. So when you put them on, you're feeling good. You feel they're energized. You feel the energy.
Not
so
on the
you
ground
walk
where the
out
dog can piss on them.
Yes, because that basically is showing you that when you put that back on again, that there has been no love and care with it either.
Actually, a very point. Yeah, I should tell my kids this a lot.
I
was just thinking though,
they don't give a shit.
They don't care.
I'm gonna put them fucking out in the moonlight. Go on, recharge. Come back at dawn.
Oh, that's funny. But also, like, back to that, clothes from op shop, secondhand clothes, things like that. That has an energy to it. I mean, I remember
I love.
See, I think that's amazing. Because there is, when you walk into, I find whenever you walk into an op shop or like a, whatever it is, it's like there's a million stories in front of you.
Yeah.
There's stories about, and why people give underpants to symphonies, I'm not sure. But, hello, I don't know what needs. Well,
yeah, I mean, honestly,
there's a story.
There's a story.
But it's about that, I always feel like there's a million energies in there. Like, I find it quite overwhelming when I walk in. Yeah. And so the same as antique shops. You walk in there and you can feel lives. The stories.
Yeah. You feel lives, So that's kind of like what this juju spray does. It takes away sort of the energies of the room, so to speak. The crystals, you can align them around the house to keep the energy in a nice flow. But like if I buy a lot of op shop because I just love it. But I do the same thing. I go along and I just feel, and you can feel some clothes and you just go, ooh, I wouldn't go near them.
Ooh, someone
because whoever, or someone was really negative, negative person. But if I feel something that I like, I'll just bring them home. I'll do the wash before I wear, like you do, and then I'll wrap it up. That's
just personal hygiene.
And then I'll pop it with crystals.
Yeah.
So, when you open my drawers in my house, I've got crystals everywhere.
Wow.
In all my clothes.
And in your bra.
And in my bra.
All right. Well, I've put the tiger's eye down my brassiere. If you are enjoying our podcast, which we are totally enjoying our own work,
we just love ourselves.
But rose quartz just next to our buzzies because, it's self-love. Phil, we'd love a comment, a review. 5 stars is always nice as well, Michelle. Thank you.
Oh, thank you
very much.
You're very welcome.
Woodwork Podcasts.